Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so happy that you've joined me here. In today's video, I'm going to share my top 7 tried and tested tips to reduce frizz in your hair, regardless of your hair texture and the weather you live in. These tips are going to be super helpful for you. My hair is naturally curly wavy, but today I've just combed it through. I didn't want to do a whole curly girl method, and these tips really help me even on days when I don't really style my hair per se. I just let it loose, and even now you'll notice that the frizz is so controlled so well. Now over the years, you guys, there are so many different tips with hair care. The tips are endless, and so many of them just didn't work for me. So many of them were just way too expensive for me to maintain in an everyday lifestyle. So these 7 tips, regardless of how I've styled my hair, these work really well, and I really hope you'll find them useful. Before I take you through all of these tips, let me quickly introduce myself in case you're new here. Hi, my name's Preiti. I'm India's first cruelty-free beauty blogger. I talk about all things cruelty-free, which means products that are not tested on animals. If this is the kind of content you resonate with, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and continue watching today's video. Alright, let's go now. The first tip, and one of the most important ones to reduce frizz in your hair, is to have a healthy balance between sulfate shampoos and sulfate-free shampoos. There's so much confusing research online that says sulfates are so harmful for your hair, but that's honestly false. There's a lot of extensive research done by scientists that actually prove sulfates are pretty good for your scalp and for your hair. If you have dandruff-prone, very greasy, very oily scalp, prone to a lot of buildup, then sulfates are your best friend. However, if you use them excessively in every single wash, then it's going to over dry your scalp, it's going to over dry your hair, and really rip your skin and your hair of all the moisture and the natural oils. Which is why you need a healthy balance between sulfate and sulfate-free hair care. Now, sulfates are great for once every 10 days or once every 3-4 washes to remove any sort of buildup. If you have dandruff, then you can go through a dermat and get a proper shampoo prescribed by them, nothing over the counter. And in all the other hair wash days, you can stick with a sulfate-free shampoo. This is going to help to retain all of the natural oils and moisture in your hair without stripping it all off, keeping your scalp and your hair super soft. Not just super soft, but also super nourished, and this really helps to control frizz. Now, if you use only sulfate-free hair care, what this is going to do is cause a lot of buildup. This buildup is not going to let your conditioners, your leave-in, your serums to absorb beautifully, and this is going to cause a lot of frizz in your hair. Now, this is precisely why you need to use a good sulfate shampoo as well. You could also use something that helps you to clarify your scalp. There are so many shampoos out there in the market. I've done a detailed video on all of my sulfate-free shampoos. I've spoken about the best clarifying shampoos. I've spoken about serums that really help to exfoliate your scalp. Another thing that you need to note is that sulfates are very important to remove silicones. A lot of over-the-counter serums, conditioners, and hair masks have silicones. These cannot be washed with your regular sulfate-free shampoo. You will need to use a sulfate shampoo. And if you don't do that and you stick with a sulfate-free shampoo, what you're going to do is cause excessive buildup, and your hair is just going to fall limp and get very frizzy. Water-soluble silicones are a game changer. However, majority of the brands in drugstores, grocery stores, all of those commercial brands that make serums and conditioners and hair masks include silicones that need sulfates to be washed off. So just a heads up. Now, since we're already talking about silicones, the second point is about reducing your dependency on silicones and also making the right usage of silicones in your hair care. Silicones are actually really good. Now, if you live in humid weather conditions and you're stepping out to party it out at night, or if you have an event, a wedding, a function, silicones and serums really help to control the frizz on your hair because they don't allow the humidity from outside to enter your hair shaft. They create this very nice coating, which is honestly great. So when I step out, I try to use silicones in my hair care, but the next day when I wash these off, I will use a sulfate shampoo. I don't use a sulfate-free shampoo because that's going to end up in buildup. It's not going to help clean up all the silicones, and then you just have this crazy buildup and crazy amount of frizz the next day. And that is one of the most common problems that we all face when we switch to sulfate-free hair care. Now, for everyday hair care routines, you probably don't need silicones, but if you live in humid weather like Bombay City right now, or if you live in a very tropical weather condition, or if it's monsoons and you want to style your hair, if you don't use silicone serums, you're not going to lock in your hair. So all that moisture is going to make your hair super frizzy, no matter what type of a shampoo, conditioner, hair mask you use. So silicones are actually not that bad. If you use them the right way, they are a game changer to reduce frizz. Just be sure to wash them off with a sulfate shampoo the next day or whenever your next wash routine is, because you don't want to leave that build up on your hair. Now, number 3 is deep conditioning your hair, which means using a thicker hair mask other than your regular conditioner to just really hydrate, moisturize, and nourish your hair. This is so important to reduce frizz. I cannot emphasize enough on this. You need to use hair masks that are specific to your hair type. Now, some hair masks can be super thick. They can weigh down your hair, especially if you have hair like mine, which is fine, wavy, curly. Your hair can be super weighed down. Those will work really well for hair that is super thick. Now, sometimes when a hair mask is too thin or too lightweight, it just doesn't work for thicker, coarse, coily hair. So in that case, you will need to use something that is rich in butters for that hair type and something that is lightweight to moderate for fine hair. I have a separate video on all of my favorite hair masks, so check it out if you haven't already. This year, I want to do an updated version because I've tried so many hair masks and I cannot wait to share them with you. Now, one of my recent favorites and a new addition to my hair care routine since a month is this hair mask right here. You guys have heard me speak about this already on Instagram stories. The Kama Ayurveda Bringadi Intensive Repair Post-Wash Hair Mask. You need to apply this after you wash your hair. Now, right here, I'm going to show you guys how I apply this on my shampooed hair. After shampooing and washing it, I skip my conditioner and go in with a hair mask. When you're applying a good hair mask post-wash, you can really skip your conditioner. You don't have to apply conditioner and a hair mask. It's probably going to weigh your hair down. So just wash your hair and go in with a hair mask like this. It's intensely hydrating. It is so moisturizing for my hair. It's so nourishing. I love how this doesn't weigh my hair down. Now, this wash routine is from this morning, you guys. I haven't applied any serum on my hair, and look at how beautiful my hair looks. I've just combed it through after wash, and that's about it. I also didn't detangle my hair before shower because I was lazy and I just wanted to test this out, and it worked really well. Now, for someone like me that has curly wavy hair, one of the most important things for me is the right slip. A good slip is very important to detangle your hair in the shower. This allows your hair to not be very frizzy post-wash, and it also reduces the amount of time you spend in combing your hair post-wash, which will cause more frizz. I love a good hair mask or conditioner with a good slip, and this has that slip, you guys. I was very surprised to know that this actually has a very good slip, and this is one of the reasons why I'm almost done with this also, you guys. I finished this much already. This is such a fantastic product. Now, obviously, this is for all hair types, but a special mention to curly girls that this will give you that slip so you can detangle your hair in the shower too. Now, the Bringadi range of Kama Ayurveda is anyway super famous because they have some of the best ingredients to strengthen your hair, to improve the hair quality and texture. Now, because the ingredients of this are top notch, you don't even have to oil your hair. If you're lazy like me or simply don't enjoy oiling your hair, I only oil my scalp, you guys. I simply cannot oil my hair. This is going to be your savior because it has all of those rich ingredients. You need to leave this on your scalp for just about 15-20 minutes and wash it off. This is definitely going in my updated hair mask video because I absolutely love it. It smells so herbal and so nice. Nothing over the top, you guys. Post-wash fragrance is so gentle. It's honestly so nice. I really like this and I strongly recommend it. Number 4 is using a good leave-in conditioner, leave-in cream, especially if you have very frizzy hair, if you have coily hair, wavy hair. You know, we call coily and wavy hair bushy hair, which is actually wrong because the actual texture of the hair is small coils, and because we comb them, they get super bushy. So if you use a good leave-in, what that's going to do is it's going to protect your hair and really define your hair. So if you have wavy hair, if you have coily hair or bushy hair as they like to call it, you will actually define those coils better and it's not going to look bushy and super frizzy. If your hair is super fine, finer than mine, then you will need to avoid this tip altogether because it could weigh your hair down. But if you have normal hair, fine hair like mine, if you have super coily hair, then a leave-in is going to be a game changer, you guys. It adds that extra nourishment. This is also one of the reasons why us curly wavy girls will use a leave-in, because this really protects the hair, especially if your hair is prone to a lot of frizz, because it really nourishes the hair, man. It just deeply nourishes it after your conditioner or deep conditioner, and then you can go in with a gel if you're a curly girl, or just let your hair dry completely and then go in with a serum. Now, number 5 is using a wooden comb instead of a plastic one if you want to detangle your hair, be it in shower or also after shower when you're just quickly combing them to release any knots so that your hair dries straight. Then use a wooden comb. Not only is this a more sustainable option, but it also reduces frizz significantly, you guys. Plastic causes so much frizz in the hair. I don't even know where to begin, but a wooden comb is just going to be a game changer for you because it doesn't irritate your hair cuticles as much as plastic. It's a very nice way to comb your hair, detangle it without disrupting the actual texture of the hair. A lot of curly girls always use wooden combs or bamboo. That is also a great option. So avoid using plastic as much as possible for your combs and your brushes, even those paddle brushes, detangling brushes. Try avoiding them. Use silicone instead, or use bamboo, or the best one is wood altogether, you guys, because it's such a fantastic option that just reduces frizz drastically. So you know, when you do the perfect hair care routine but then you use a plastic comb, you're just going to create so much frizz, and all of that time you dedicated in deep conditioning and serums and everything is gone to waste. Number 6 is avoid touching your wet hair. I cannot emphasize enough on this. Don't touch your wet hair so much. You are depositing the oils from your hand onto your hair. You're constantly messing around with your hair while it's drying, and this is going to cause so much frizz. You can do an experiment yourself as well. On a wash day, keep touching your hair and keep detangling it with your fingers, and you'll notice the amount of frizz that you have as compared to another wash day where you simply don't touch your hair. You've detangled it, you've put in the leave-in, and now you just let it be. You know, don't touch your hair so much because you're going to create so much more frizz, and that's not going to go even with a serum, honestly. Because once the frizz is there, it's there. The only thing you can do is straighten it or blow dry it, and that's just a whole different ball game. So the main idea is to prevent frizz rather than curing. You know, prevention is better than cure. There are days when I completely forget that my hair is wet and I keep touching it. You know, I'll keep clipping it, I'll keep putting it back like that, I'll tie it up in a bun, and then when my hair is dried, it is so frizzy and the texture is super wonky. And then I have to straighten my hair. I have to blow dry it, you know, with the comb, and just blow dry your hair, apply the serum and all of that. And it's just, what a waste of time. So you can avoid all of that by just not touching your wet hair so much. That is honestly the best thing you can do. Now, the 7th and the final tip is using a satin pillowcase like the ones that I have in the background. Satin pillowcases are a must-have because they prevent moisture loss. Cotton is an amazing fabric, you guys, but to sleep on it at night is not the best for your skin and for your hair. It absorbs a lot of moisture, which is going to result in a lot of frizz in your hair. It's also not the best if you want to follow an anti-aging routine. Satin is amazing, you guys. It is not the most eco-friendly option, but if you have just 2 pillow covers like these in the background, I have 4 sets maybe, and that's about it. You can use them for almost 50-60 years and then pass them on because they're not really going to fade, and they pretty much stay with that same quality if you buy them from reputed brands. Now, if you're a curly girl, you can invest in a satin bonnet. This is going to keep all your hair in place, and it's going to prevent your hair from moving around, which means you can keep your hairstyles for longer. Even if you've straightened your hair for an event, you can keep your hair in a bonnet so that it doesn't get super frizzy for the event next day. So I started investing in satin pillowcases and bonnets back in 2016 or 17, and they've been a game changer for the way my skin looks and the way my hair feels. And those are my 7 tips, you guys, my 7 tried and tested tips to reduce frizz in all types of hair. I really hope you found this useful, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please hit a thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed watching it. Also, if you have any additional tips for me, leave them in the comments, and things that have worked for you to reduce frizz. We would all love to know from you guys. Alright, you guys, I'm going to take your leave now, but before I go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my previous videos right here. I will catch you all in the next videos. Till then, take care of yourselves. Bye.